I stay here, trapped in the shadows of my own memories, standing still while everything around me fades, rots, and dies. I've been a warrior all my life, but right now I'm just a man who's lost his way. I've fought battles, faced monsters with bloodied swords in my hands, but this fight against myself, against time, it's breaking me into pieces I can't put back together. They said warriors don't cry. They lied. We bleed on the inside where no one can see. I've held this pain in my chest for years, like a blade twisted into my heart. I didn't ask for this silence. I didn't ask for this loneliness. But it's here, and I've made it my home. The darkness doesn't leave. It clings to me like a second skin. And the nights, oh, the nights, they stretch on forever, whispering the names of the ones I lost, reminding me of the battles I can't undo. I look at myself, and I see a man who's lost his purpose, a man who's lost his fire. I used to burn with rage, with fury, with the need to fight. Now I'm cold, frozen, trapped in the memories of 1,000 fights, 1,000 voices screaming my name, only to find nothing but silence when the dust settles. How long do I have to stand in this same place, staring at the ruins of what could have been? How long do I have to hold this pain in my chest like a keepsake, like something worth remembering? I've given everything I had to give, spilled my blood on battlefields no one will remember, for causes no one cares about anymore. The scars on my skin are the only proof I was ever here, the only proof I ever fought at all. People look at me and see strength. They see a warrior, someone who can't be broken. They don't see the tears I choke back every night. They don't hear the screams I bury deep in my throat, because I know no one will listen. No one cares about the broken warrior. They only care about the victories, the stories of triumph. But what about the ones we lose? What about the battles we fight within ourselves? Every single day, I'm tired of wearing this armor, pretending it still fits, pretending I'm still the man I used to be. I'm tired of the weight, the crushing silence that fills every room I walk into. I look at my hands, calloused and scarred, and I don't even recognize them anymore. They used to hold swords, shields, and hope. Now they hold nothing but emptiness. You want to know what it's like to be a warrior? It's not the glory, it's not the fame. It's the pain of losing yourself every time you pick up that sword. It's the fear that one day you'll look in the mirror and see nothing but a ghost. I can still feel the ghosts of the ones I couldn't save. Their faces haunt me. Their voices linger in my ears, whispering that I wasn't strong enough, that I failed them. How many more nights do I have to spend staring at the ceiling, feeling the weight of the world pressed down on my chest? How many more tears do I have to swallow before I drown in them? I've been standing in this same place for what feels like centuries, frozen in time, unable to move forward, unable to go back. I can't find the path I lost, can't find the strength I once had. But maybe that's the point. Maybe this darkness is here to teach me something I was too blind to see. Maybe I've been clinging to the past, to the man I used to be, instead of accepting who I am now. Maybe it's time to let the tears fall, to let the pain bleed out instead of holding it in until it poisons me from the inside out. I've spent so long convincing myself that I couldn't break, that I had to be strong for everyone else. But what if the real strength isn't in holding back the tears, but in letting them fall? What if the real fight isn't against the enemies outside, but against the darkness I carry inside my own chest? I look around and I see nothing but shadows. But shadows can't exist without light, can they? Maybe there's still a spark left in me, buried beneath the rubble of everything I've lost. Maybe this isn't the end. Maybe this is just the moment before I rise again, stronger, harder, more unbreakable than ever before. I don't know how long I'll be stuck here, but I do know one thing. I won't stay down forever. I may be crying now, but these tears are washing away the weakness, the fear, the doubt. They're carving a path through the darkness, showing me the way forward. I've been in the same place for so long, watching the world move on without me. But it's time I start moving too. It's time I break these chains I wrapped around myself. It's time I let go of the guilt, the shame, the pain that's held me captive. Because I'm still here, I'm still breathing. And as long as there's breath in my lungs, there's a fight left in me. I don't know what's waiting for me on the other side of this darkness, but I do know this. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid to cry, to feel, to break. Because breaking isn't the end. It's the beginning of something new. It's the moment the warrior becomes something more, something unstoppable. So How long will I stay in this same place? As long as it takes for me to find the strength to rise again. As long as it takes for me to remember who I am beneath the tears, beneath the scars, beneath the shattered pieces of my soul. I may be broken, but I'm not defeated. I may be crying, but these tears are the proof that I'm still alive, still fighting. And when I rise from this place, when I finally take that first step forward, the world will know that they didn't break me. They only made me stronger. This is my promise to myself, to the ones I lost, to the shadows that tried to consume me. I will not stay here forever. I will rise. I will move forward. I will become the warrior I was always meant to be. And when I do, they'll see the power of a man who's faced his own darkness and come out the other side unbreakable. So, how long will I stay in the same place? Not a moment longer. How long will I stay here, letting the dust of the past choke me? I have been standing still for so long that my own shadow feels like it's become a part of the darkness. It's like I've been frozen in time, a warrior turned into stone, trapped in the ruins of battles that should have been left behind. The silence, it's deafening. The kind of silence that isn't empty, but filled with the echoes of regrets, of voices I once knew, of dreams that have long since crumbled to ash. I can still feel the weight of the armor I wore, even though it's gone now. It's not on my body anymore, but it's strapped to my soul, dragging me down with every step. Every scar is a reminder of what I once was, of the pain I survived, and of the pieces of myself I lost along the way. They tell me scars are the marks of a survivor, but no one talks about how heavy they get, how they cut deeper than the blades that caused them. I'm tired, but it's not the kind of tired sleep can fix. It's the exhaustion that comes from carrying the weight of everything I couldn't change. The mistakes, the missed chances, the moments I faltered when I should have stood tall. I thought I was invincible, untouchable, that nothing could bring me down. But now I see the cracks I've been ignoring, the fractures spreading through the foundation of who I thought I was. And maybe that's why I'm still here, stuck, unable to move forward, because I've been holding on to this image of myself that isn't real anymore. I thought the hardest battles were the ones fought with steel and blood. But no one prepared me for this. No one told me that the hardest fight would be with myself against the memories that cling to me like chains. I've been fighting against the ghosts of my past, swinging at shadows, losing myself in the process. And now, standing here in the dark, I don't even know if I recognize the man I've become. I've lost count of the nights I've spent awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling the emptiness wrap around me like a shroud. I keep thinking about the warrior I used to be. Strong, unyielding, a force to be reckoned with. I was the storm that others feared, the blade that cut through any obstacle. But now I'm just a man, and the storm has turned inward, tearing me apart piece by piece. The tears burn as they fall, but I don't wipe them away. I let them flow, because these tears are all I have left to show for everything I've held inside. They're the words I couldn't say, the screams I swallowed, the pain I buried so deep it became a part of me. They're the cracks in my armor, the proof that I've been fighting this battle alone for far too long. I've been asking myself the same question over and over. How long will I stay in the same place? How long will I let the past hold me prisoner? It's like I'm standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down at the void, knowing that I can't go back, but too afraid to take the step forward. The fear isn't of the fall, it's of what comes after. It's the fear that I'll land on the other side, only to find that I'm still the same broken man, still carrying the same broken dreams. But maybe that's the lesson I've been too blind to see. Maybe it's not about becoming the man I used to be, but about accepting the man I am now. Maybe it's about embracing the cracks, the flaws, the imperfections that make me human. I've spent so long trying to be the unbreakable warrior that I forgot what it means to just be, to breathe, to live, to feel, even if it's pain, even if it's sorrow. I take a deep breath, and it feels like the first real breath I've taken in years. The air is cold, harsh, biting into my lungs, but it's real. It's a reminder that I'm still here, still standing, still capable of moving forward. And maybe that's enough for now. Maybe that's all I need. The smallest spark of hope in this sea of darkness. I know the road ahead won't be easy. I know there will be days when the weight of everything I've carried will feel like it's crushing me all over again. But I also know that I've faced worse. I've faced monsters, demons, enemies that would make most men crumble, and I survived. I survive because that's what warriors do. We break, we bleed, we cry, but we don't stay down. We find a way to rise, even when it feels impossible. So I ask myself one last time, how long will I stay in the same place? The answer, not a moment longer. I've been waiting for a sign, for something to pull me out of this darkness. But maybe the sign is me. Maybe it's the tears, the pain, the sorrow. All of it reminding me that I'm still alive, that I still have a fight left in me. I wipe the tears from my face, not because I'm ashamed of them, but because they've served their purpose. They've washed away the doubt, the fear, the ghosts that have haunted me. They've shown me the path forward, even if it's shrouded in shadows. And for the first time in what feels like an eternity, I take a step forward. It's small, shaky, uncertain, but it's a step. And that's enough. Because one step leads to another and another, until I'm no longer standing still, no longer trapped in the same place. I don't know where this path will lead, but I don't need to. All I need to know is that I'm moving, I'm fighting, I'm alive. And for a warrior like me, that's all that matters. How long have I been standing here, stuck in the mud of my own sorrow, thinking that if I just waited long enough, the pain would wash away? It hasn't. It's only grown deeper, like roots burrowing into the soil, twisting around everything I am, suffocating the life out of the parts of me I used to cherish. Every breath feels like it's caught on the barbed wire of my regrets, and every heartbeat is a reminder of the battles I've lost. I'm not talking about wars fought with swords and shields. Those were easy. I knew what to do with an enemy I could see. It's the unseen enemies that haunt me now, the demons that live inside my own mind, whispering that I'll never be more than this, a broken warrior, a relic of a past no one remembers. I look at the horizon, and I can almost see the silhouettes of the men I fought beside. I can hear their laughter, their cries of victory, and their screams as they fell. I can feel their hands reaching out for help, and the memory tears at me because I wasn't strong enough to save them. I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't enough. And now I'm left here, the last one standing in a field of ghosts. They say time heals all wounds, but that's a lie. Time doesn't heal anything. It just numbs you, buries the pain under layers of years until you almost forget why it hurt in the first place. Almost. But on nights like this, when the moon is full and the silence is deafening, It all comes rushing back like a tidal wave, and I'm drowning in it. How long will I stay here, letting the ghosts of my past hold me hostage? I've become a prisoner in my own mind, shackled to memories that should have been laid to rest a long time ago. I've spent so many years pretending I was fine, pretending I could carry it all on my own. But now, the weight is crushing me, pressing me into the ground, making it hard to even lift my head. I've been dragging these chains for so long that I don't remember what it feels like to be free. Maybe that's why I've stayed in the same place for so long. Maybe I'm afraid that if I move forward, I'll leave them behind. The ones who fell, the ones who bled out in the dirt while I kept fighting. I carry their voices with me, their last words echoing in my head. They trusted me to lead them, to bring them home, and I failed. So now I stand here, as if by standing still, I can somehow honor their memory. As if by carrying this pain, I'm keeping a part of them alive. But what kind of life is this? What kind of existence is it to be trapped in a cycle of pain and regret? I used to think it was noble, that it made me strong. But now I see it for what it is. Cowardice. I've been hiding behind this grief, using it as an excuse to not move forward. I've been clinging to the past because I'm too afraid to face the future, too afraid to admit that I'm lost without them. I let out a shaky breath, the kind that comes from deep within, from a place I've kept locked up for far too long. I've cried before, but this feels different. It feels like I'm finally letting go of something I've held on to for years. The tears come, slow at first, then harder, until I'm sobbing like a child, like the boy I was before I ever picked up a sword, before the world taught me what it means to truly lose. I collapsed to my knees, feeling the dirt beneath me, grounding me, reminding me that I'm still here. I'm still alive. The sobs rack my body, and for a moment, I let myself feel it all. The pain, the sorrow, the guilt. I let it wash over me like a storm, because I've been holding it back for so long that it's poisoned me from the inside out. I thought I was strong for not crying, for not breaking. But now I see that true strength isn't in holding it in. It's in letting it out, in allowing myself to be vulnerable, to be human. I don't know how long I kneeled there, the tears mixing with the dirt, making tracks down my face. But when the sobs finally subside, when the storm passes, I feel lighter, not healed, not whole, but lighter, like I've shed a layer of the darkness that's been clinging to me. I take a deep breath, and for the first time in what feels like years, I feel like I can breathe again. It's not a gasp. It's a steady, slow inhale, filling my lungs with air that tastes of rain and earth and life. I wipe the tears away with the back of my hand, and as I do, I feel a spark, small, almost imperceptible, but it's there. It's the spark of the fire I thought had long since burned out. It's a reminder that even in the darkest nights, even when the shadows seem endless, there's still a light within me. It's faint, but it's enough. It's enough to guide me forward, to take that first step out of the darkness. I push myself up from the ground, feeling the ache in my bones, the familiar throb of old wounds that never quite healed right. But this time, I don't let it stop me. This time, I take a step and then another. Each one feels like a struggle, like I'm dragging my feet through the mud, but I keep moving. I don't know where I'm going, and for once, I don't care. It's not about the destination anymore. It's about the movement, the act of choosing to rise, to keep going, even when it feels like everything inside me is screaming to stop. Because I've realized something, standing here in the darkness, facing the pain I've held on to for so long. I'm not standing in the same place anymore. I'm not the same warrior I was before. I'm something new, something stronger. The tears, the sorrow, the pain, they haven't weakened me. They've forged me into something unbreakable, something that can't be shattered by the ghosts of the past. I look up at the sky, and for the first time, I see the stars shining through the clouds. It's a small thing, but it's enough. It's a reminder that even the darkest nights end, that even the heaviest storms eventually pass. And as I take one more step forward, I know that I'm leaving a part of myself behind. Not the memories, not the love I had for those I lost, but the guilt, the shame, the chains that have held me in place for far too long. I'm still a warrior, but now I fight a different battle. A battle for myself, for the future I thought I'd lost. And as I move forward, one step at a time, I know that I won't stop. I won't stay in the same place. Not anymore. I take a deep breath and feel the cool night air fill my lungs. For the first time in what feels like an eternity, the air doesn't taste bitter, It's as if I've exhaled years of pent-up sorrow, grief, and regret. I look back one last time at the spot where I stood for so long, rooted in my own misery, and I realize that place no longer holds power over me. It's just a shadow now, a memory I've outgrown. It may still echo in my heart, but it no longer controls my steps. I finally understand. Staying there wasn't honoring the past. It was letting it define my future. And I'm done letting my history write my destiny. I won't pretend the pain is gone. I won't lie to myself and say that the memories won't still creep up in the dead of night, pulling me back into the abyss. But now, I know that I can face them. I can sit with them, let the tears fall, and still find the strength to rise again in the morning. Because every tear shed is another piece of the armor I don't need anymore. I thought my strength came from never breaking, but now I see that the cracks are where the light gets in. The cracks are proof that I've lived, that I've survived what should have destroyed me. The road ahead is uncertain, shrouded in fog, and littered with the debris of my past. But it's a road I'm ready to walk, step by step, even if it takes me the rest of my life to find the end. Because moving forward is all that matters now. Not for anyone else, not for the ghosts that still linger, but for me, for the warrior who thought he'd lost everything, only to find that he still had one last fight left. The fight to reclaim his own life. And as I take those first few steps, I feel the burden on my shoulders lighten, the darkness recede just a little. It's not gone, but it's fading, and that's enough. I look up at the stars, feeling the cold wind against my face, and a small smile pulls at the corners of my lips. It's a smile that's been buried for years, but it's real. It's a promise to myself that I'll keep walking, no matter how dark the night gets, no matter how heavy the weight feels. I've come too far to turn back now. I've faced my demons, felt the full weight of my grief, and I'm still here. And that's something they can never take from me. I've lost many battles, but this war, the one for my own soul, I'm going to win. So, how long will I stay in the same place? The answer is simple now. Not a moment longer, because I'm done waiting for the pain to pass, done letting the shadows dictate my life. I'm moving forward, not because I've forgotten, but because I've finally forgiven myself. I'm moving forward because I choose to live, to embrace whatever comes next. and to leave behind the chains of a past I can't change. And as I walk into the unknown, I carry with me the scars, the tears, and the strength of every battle I've fought. I am a warrior, but more importantly, I am a survivor, and that is enough.